Hey guys, welcome to our very first show of MelaninMedia. Everybody give a round of applause. Woo! I'm Van Rosie.
And I'm Leah. And if you haven't heard by now, there's no secret that there has been some beef going on between Miss Nicki Minaj and Miss Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Shall we?
Their two new songs, Bigfoot Hiss. There's no surprise that, of course, they've made it onto the Billboard Top 100, but Megan's new song is sitting at number 1, whereas Nicki's song is sitting at number 23.
Oh.
Why do you think that is?
Probably because Hiss is a better diss track than Bigfoot. I'm just saying.
Honestly, and I will say, I was very much Team Nicki before all of this happened. I was a ride or die, I was super bass, pillar potions, all of that. But when Miss Girl dropped her song, Bigfoot, I knew I had to take a ride to Stallion City.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it anymore.
It left a little to the imagination, don't you think?
Yeah, I think this whole beef thing is really unwarranted anyways. I mean, this isn't Nicki's first fight with a female rapper.
But it certainly isn't her best fight because remember that little scene with Lil' Kim?
How could I forget?
That was iconic.
Yes, ma'am.
And that brought back when Roman came in and Roman was actually spitting bars when he was telling the truth. That was just an iconic moment in our lives. This, on the other hand, I don't know where he went. Where'd Roman go?
Yeah.
When we needed him the most, he disappeared. Like, for real.
Let's talk about Megan's new song, Hiss. What do you think about it? What are your first impressions?
So I feel like she was airing out dirty laundry. She said what she needed to say, and she needed to get everything addressed because she had a lot of people talking about her. She had a lot of haters that she needed to address. Mm-hmm. And the fact that Nicki was the one to respond when she not only called out Nicki Minaj, but she called out Drake, she called out Party, she called out everybody who was dancing to the R. Kelly.
Don't forget Tory.
Oh yeah, Tory Lane. Mm-hmm. Can't forget about him.
Called out everybody without saying a single name.
Not a single name in sight. She didn't need to say nothing.
Miss Megan had my respect on that. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That's a little classy. I'm not gonna lie.
When she said, "Y'all don't be mad at Megan. Y'all be mad at Megan's law."
Mm-hmm.
Girl, we all know what she was talking about.
My jaw dropped when I heard that. I was like, no, she didn't.
See, like, I've been living under a rock. I didn't even know what Megan's Law was till I Googled it later on in the day.
For real?
Girl, that line was poetry. Do you hear me?
Poetry indeed. And the thing is that you could tell she was studying law because not even a lot of law students know what Megan's Law is too.
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
a certainty. So the fact that she was able to not only spit her how do I say this? Not only was she able to show that she was an educated student, but she was able to, how do I say, spit some game, spit some rap at the same time, don't you think?
We all saw her walk across that stage graduating. Miss Megan is educated. Do you hear me?
We love an educated woman over here.
What was your favorite part of the song by far? Hiss.
I would say when the beat drop was like, y'all hoes always want to be talking about fake news, like about shits and views. Mm-hmm. I was like, I kind of felt like she was dissing me at that point because I was like,
no
I kind of love myself a little fake news, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I definitely be spreading it from time to time. Mm-hmm. But she definitely did call everybody out on that. And she needed to say what she needed to say.
Now, see, my favorite part compared to Nicki's Bigfoot.
We're going to get into that one later.
Yes, ma'am, you know we are. See, I'm a real music girl. I love a good flow. I love some good lyrics. And in she just had like a really good flow going. Mm-hmm. Compared to Nicki, I don't know about you, but I could not get past 2.5 minutes of that song. When she started whispering into the mic, I was like, okay, Nicki, not your best work.
Put down the mic, please. 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 But you do make a very good point. But should we move on to talking about Bigfoot?
If we must.
Now, I could only listen to a minute of that song before I had to put it down. But the first 30 seconds, you can tell who it was addressing. Like, she spoke out Megan's name in the first 30 seconds, and I'm just
she called her out.
Like, you need to be a little bit more settled than that, Miss Nikki. Like, you are the rap queen. You are the legend, the icon. Everybody will know who you're talking about. You just need to let the bar spit, let the flow go, and just say what you need to say with no names.
Right.
Nobody needs that.
There was a lyric in his, not to go back to that song, but there was a lyric in his that said, "You can't lil sis me."
Ooh, I didn't even catch that.
So when she says this, Megan's really talking about like Nicki's little sis, Ice Spice. She even called her the princess of rap even.
Oh.
So Megan says, "Oh yeah, I'm a big dog. You can't lil sis me."
I mean, hey, how do I say this? Sorry. She's standing her foot down. She's putting her big foot down.
That was foul.
But she's saying what she needs to say. Like, she's stepping into her home territory. So I like that. I didn't even catch that. So.
Right. Now, question for you. Were you ever Team Nicki or were you just ride or die Team Megan?
I'm not going to lie. So there, at the beginning of, how do I say? It was like 2020, 2021. There was an allegation where Megan Thee Stallion did tell Nicki Minaj to start drinking, even though Nicki Minaj was pregnant. And I was like, "Hey, yo, Megan, I don't
pregnant with her son.
I'm pregnant with her son, Papa." I was like, "Hey, yo, Megan, we don't condone drinking while I'm pregnant." So I didn't support what Megan did on that point. And I understand why Nicki wasn't a fan of that. But at the same time, like, Megan, she not only worked with Nicki on the first hand, then she went to go work with Cardi, which she knew that Nicki wasn't a fan of. So I was like, okay, I understand. Like, how are you going to work with me and then go work with somebody I don't with? That was kind of a little messy on Megan's part. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm not like a whole Nicki fan. I love Megan, but what Megan did was kind of dirty. How do I say? She basically was just staying in business. She was just trying to make friends with everybody. You can't be friends with everybody in this industry.
Yeah.
You got to choose your friends wisely.
But does that really give Nicki the right to say she was lying on her dead mama?
That's a good point, because bringing up somebody's late mother, that's very disrespectful.
That was really low.
Especially when her mother passed away. And didn't her daddy pass away too?
I think so. I'm not too sure about that.
So how are you going to talk about somebody's late mother when both of your parents passed away?
Exactly. So when she set that bar, I was like, yeah, Nicki, I can't support you no more, because me personally would not have said that. I don't care how mad I am with you, I would not do that.
And here's the thing, if she has so much dirt on Megan Thee Stallion, bring up some stuff that we've never heard about. You have so much information, bring up something that, like, everybody be like, what? When did this happen? Oh, like, you can't just say, oh, she's having sex with this many men.
Exactly.
Like, that was already addressed in 2021. Big deal. You can't be talking about the thing she did with Party. That was already addressed.
Right.
Fake, old news. Talk about something new. If you really have something on this girl, then freaking tell it. I wanted Nicki to actually bring out everything that she had.
Yeah, I wanted the queen of rap to be the queen of rap, and she just didn't deliver.
Didn't deliver at all. But I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. This has been the very first show of MelaninMedia.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Oh wait, do we
I'm
unmic?
black, I hate you. Of course people don't hear me when I speak.
I'm black. Of course I'm cool with half the black people on campus.
I'm black. Of course it takes me 30 minutes minimum to do my hair.
Oh God!
I'm black. Of course I'm rocking Jordans to class every day.
Word.
I'm black. Of course I make sure my hair is done before every event.
I'm black. Of course I get my Chinese food from the hood.
Of course I'm black. My parents don't tell me to do dishes even though I was already gonna do them.
I'm black. Of course I got beat as a child.
We're black, of course we have good style.
National champions deserve a clean campus. Don't wait for other Jayhawks to pick up your mess. Keep the University of Kansas clean.
Welcome to MelaninMedia's Slice of Insight, where we will be leaving you with food for thought from Black history. I'm Renetta.
And I'm Aaliyah.
Did you know that Rustin Bayard was one of the founders of the March on Washington? Bayard, a close advisor to Martin Luther King Jr., was a human rights activist known for his work in the civil rights movement. He led many protests in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s while facing criticism for being open about his sexuality. However, he is most known for his 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Bayard was appointed as deputy director of the march, and in less than 2 months, he spearheaded the organization of an event that brought over 200,000 participants to the nation's capital.
Cecil J. Wilson is most notably known for a photo of him taken at a segregated water fountain after coming back from a photography trip. Wilson was born in Orangeburg, South Carolina in 1937 and came up in a time of heavy segregation. Starting his photography career at 9 years old, Williams took many important photos during the civil rights movement. In a 2013 interview, Wilson discussed how his generation became proactive in challenging the Constitution and Jim Crow laws in South Carolina. By 18, due to his incredible work for the movement, Jet magazine recruited Williams as an on-site correspondent. After coming back from an assignment, he stopped at a closed filling station where his friend produced this timeless photo.
That's all for this episode of Melanin Media. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again next Thursday. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at MelaninMediaKU to keep up with us and find more content from the show.
Have a great weekend, Jayhawks.